Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Second and 6, just inside the 30. On second down, Freeman. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Daniel McCullers in on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And Jones has it over the middle. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. the gun. It's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Freeman. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. So a field goal try here on 4th down as the Falcons call on Matt Bryant. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set. Lock 80. Focus. Wait a second.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Well, Charles, Le'Veon Bell, 26 going on 27, and the shelf life of these NFL running backs seems to be getting shorter and shorter. How long can he go at this torrid pace?
Usually we say 30 is kind of a line of demarcation for a running back. But Le'Veon Bell played all 16 games in 2017, takes great care of himself off the field. I think he's got a chance to break through that 30-year-old mark, and in a big way. Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So they're up around 24, 28, 30. They could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again? And
oh, that is going to be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Fielded just inside the 20. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Let's go.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it, they do. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at about the 32. Here's Ryan to throw. And the catch is made by Justin Hardy. And out across midfield down to the 45. 23 yards on the play. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Ryan. And his throw is incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it's 3rd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time. And Freeman lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well. But they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. Well, Antonio Brown can wreak havoc in so many ways. Here he's able to cause a PI penalty.
He runs at defensive backs with such speed and power. I think it creates panic on their end, and a lot of times they just reach out and grab him, and that's the result there, a pass interference call.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Goes underneath for Bell. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, Set! Black 30!
They go play action here on 1st down. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Show that bench release and go. Focus. focus.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. This pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal.
Here we go now.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Travis Kelce, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes this a 9-point game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Oh, at a 360. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Let's go.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here comes a 1st down throw from Rudolph. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Again, it's Rudolph. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. This quarterback now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. Rudolph going to throw again. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Rudolph. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Now a first down carry by Bell. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
This is Kerwin Williams, his first carry. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's Rudolph. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Watch it now, Barney!
Back to the air, Rudolph on 2nd down. That's complete right around the 8. First catch for the NFL's leader in receiving yards a year ago, and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Rudolph. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. You have to figure with a rookie quarterback out there, you have to live with some of these mistakes, except they're going to happen. This one, though, that hurts. You're losing in this game.
And that's what you tell him. You know, that's what you drill on in practice. That's what you work on throughout time. Look, take care of the football, and then we'll let your talents come out. Don't try and force things, and then we end up with big plays like that end up hurting us.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Over the middle here to Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. On 1st and 10, Rudolph. A screen to Bell. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Back to throw, Rudolph. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Eli Rogers, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. He spins free, and he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second down, here's Ryan. Complete over the middle to Hardy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now Ryan on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Let's go.
On third down, Ryan. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Rudolph on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Rudolph. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Rudolph now to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Rudolph throwing on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rodgers. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
Here's Rudolph. And he's got Rodgers. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Rudolph on play action. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him, Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
On first down, it's Rudolph. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
There's a man they call AB, always a volume receiver. He gobbles up catches, holds the number 2 and number 4 spots for most receptions in a season in NFL history. And in 2015, just 7 catches shy of setting the single-season mark for most receptions, currently held by Marvin Harrison, a Hall of Famer.
He had 136 catches that year on the heels of 129 the season before. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Rudolph looking to throw it. That's caught at the 3. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. He's going to get it running right. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now it's Rudolph, and it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Make that now 3 touchdown passes for the rookie Mason Rudolph. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. Boswell on now to kick this one away. So that one will be accepted. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
They go play action here on first down. The left side completion to Jones. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Rudolph looking to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And he takes it all the way up to the 45-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 40 yards. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Now a play fake here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And this is, oh, my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 42 yards. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They run. Devontae Freeman evades the tackler, and now some space. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Ryan. He's got Sanu. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. This is Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Gun!
Here's Ryan to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward. And that's going to make it 4th down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And Bryant's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Green 39! Green 39! Watch it now, Barney!
On 1st down, Rudolph. Got his man complete over the middle. It's James. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Back 99, Philly, here we go.
On 1st and 10, Rudolph goes underneath for Bell. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. He's still fighting forward. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll make this a 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Gun! Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Detroit!
On 2nd down, here's Rudolph. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Now let's go. Green.
Rudolph. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and it's 2nd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now Rudolph. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown Steelers. The rookie Mason Rudolph with 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, fighting off the defender. Now he opts for the spin. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the 1st. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Rudolph on first down. Flush to his right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Rudolph. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Travis Kelsey with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boswell for the extra point. Boswell good with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The former first-round pick, Shea McClellan, in on the stop.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Steelers, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host